Hello, hello. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Welcome to Susie B's channel. This is the Coffee Lounge, and we are just gonna have a relaxed chat. What is in the comments here? Kane, it's mother effing Kane. Susie B rocks, man. You're baked. Oh, speaking of which, I was watching some videos earlier. First off, let's just start with the time. It's 5:52 p.m. here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm back home. It's 63 degrees, and happy to be home. How you doing, Rashad? Uh, hey, Susie B, buddy. You know the deal. Roger rocks, man. I wonder if you really talk like that. Do you really talk like that, Kane? So yeah, since Kane likes to share that he's been in the garden. So I was watching a couple of videos, and these are videos I've been kind of just into lately, and they're talking about like glitches in the Matrix, and I've heard this twice now. Twice with people, you know, just short interviews of people telling their experience with the glitch in the Matrix, and they're mentioning that they were, you know, in the garden earlier, you know, like the garden, and I'm like, oh, come on, man, can't you guys figure out another word for a code word for, you know, the Mary Jane thing? Because I'm really I do a lot of gardening, and it's real gardening, like actually pulling weeds and watering my plants and things like that. But now that these guys are using gardening as code word, it's kind of you know, I don't want to be misleading when I'm like in the garden with Susie B, you know, because I've had previous videos that talk about me being in the garden. Well, I'm not in the garden with Mary Jane. So I just want to get that straight. You know the deal. Or do when I get pulled over by the cops, I said, "Come on, man! I'm sure you saw that video." No, I'm gonna have to go look. Is it on your channel? Hang on a second. I gotta clear my throat. All of a sudden, it's just raspy. So, rabbit tobacco. Yeah, I guess on social media, well, from what I've seen lately, like in the past couple of days, the code word for Mary Jane is I was in the garden. Well, I spend a lot of time in the garden, and that's not what I'm doing. Just so you know. Anyways, not that I'm, you know, nothing wrong with that, but so I've been home since Sunday, and I needed time to decompress. And you guys have got to see my garden. Speaking of garden, my plants have all blown up. Like I was gonna go live this afternoon and show you, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, maybe early, and show you around the garden, because my garden has blown up. I mean, I got volunteer basil growing like a freaking orchard back there, and it's crazy. And I got my little plant that I took from the village that grew. I had two little plants growing. I just picked up some dirt, threw it in a cup, and my intentions were to have these succulents grow. And in their place, they perished, and in their place, two plants grew, and I believe they're called Indian paints, and they're these beautiful, vibrant red flowers. And two of those sprouted. So I transplanted them yesterday, gave them a new home, and they're in the back porch. So they get partial sun, kind of like you know. So I just didn't want to overpower them with the sun from here, because I did start them with artificial sunlight, and they're doing well. I've been checking on them. So they got a new house they live in, and it's just a medium-sized pot. And if they grow out of that pot, I'll put them in a bigger pot. But I hope they make it, because they end up being this really big, beautiful bush with these bright red flowers that look like little, kind of like little um, flowers like pointing down, but they're kind of like a trumpet, but not fully like um like a trumpet flower. Anyways, their shape's similar. So he's all, uh-huh. You're the best gardener I know in Arizona, man. Thank you, Kane. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Rashad. Rashad was asking me earlier in comment sections. Well, actually, and we were watching YKB game earlier, and he was asking, "When are you gonna go live, Susie B?" So I just thought I'd go live just for a little bit till my hubby gets home, and give you some updates while I'm back home. And I've just seriously been decompressing from the trip, because it always seems like when you travel somewhere and then you need at least a day or so to like decompress, kind of like jet lag. So it's very similar. Anyways, I'm home now, and I'm grateful to be home. It feels good to be home. I got to see my cat. My cat's out eating, and I was in the garden today a little bit. I have a planter that has a lemon tree growing in it, and I've been babying that since it sprouted. And it's been through some rough times with the tree cutters coming over and cutting the palm trees, and then damaging the top of it. It literally, one of the palm fronds fell and broke the top of it. And like they did, I said it before, it kind of made me a little angry. Anyways, there was a bunch of wildflowers growing in that same planter. Kind of, I think they were sucking up all the water and nutrients from that poor lemon tree. So I pulled all those out, and I'll show you guys tomorrow the garden. Sometime around noon, Arizona time. So Mountain Standard Time, I'll go live and show you guys the garden. And how I gotta like cut it back so big time. I gotta cut the garden back, because it's a freaking it's a jungle back there. And of course, I got more weeds to pull. So and I'm happy to do it. So it's fine. Just get the garden, the backyard back in shape, and start some fires back there. Some little fires. And so what's new with StreamYard? StreamYard has a few new features where you can change your background using AI. Also, there's a feature where you can display a banner on the screen, kind of like this. You can show your banner. And I guess now you have a timer, so you can put your banner on a timer now. And I just saw this feature. This was a new feature. Let me see, edit. Okay, so the timer is timer's disabled when, okay. I have to disable the ticker. Okay, cancel. So you go to edit your timer, and then so it shows you can set a timer for up to 60 seconds, and it'll display the banner on the bottom of the screen. So it does increments of 10, 20, and 60 seconds, and for your banner. So that's a new feature. And hey, Chris, how you doing? Happy holiday season to you and yours, Susie. Cheers. Cheers to you too, Chris. Thank you. Hi, Raymond. Good to see you. Rashad says, hey, Chris. Rashad, hey, Raymond. Hi, Roger. Hi, Rashad from Raymond. Excuse me. So yeah, that's the updates. I'm home now, and I'm glad to be home. We got we have a lot of work to do on the fifth wheel. I got to get my butt out there and wash it and get it waxed. And we have some repairs that we want to do. We got to get a new awning for that eventually because it's already developing like little moth holes. You know, the little holes that moths leaves in your clothing. And I don't understand how they can do that, but that's the theory. Anyways, there's a bunch of tiny little pinholes in the awning, and that'll have to be replaced sooner or later. But I do want to wash it and get it shiny again before it starts fading worse. So that's another thing on my agenda. For garden first, and then we'll work our way to the fifth wheel and get that all polished up. So have you guys been doing? Have you been doing Chris and Raymond and Rashad and I don't know if Kane is still here. So it looks like StreamYard is not liking my PC again. I think we were having problems. We were definitely having problems. Let's see. If I shut this off, maybe it'll. I don't know why it's doing that. Let me see. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me? John P, brother, how you doing? So yeah, I'm still having problems with the StreamYard on my desktop. That's kind of weird. So I don't know what's going on with that. I was trying to get some on my my little tablet laptop. Sorry. Can you guys hear me? Checking. Check. Check. 1 2. Check. All right. John P got in. John P popped in. Rashid says, howdy, John P. Big hugs to you too, brother. Josie popped in. And yeah, I had to switch over to my laptop. Okay, so who's still in here? Let's see, I gotta go check to see if my my sound is working. Yeah, for some reason. Okay, all right, good. Good, you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm not really set up to do StreamYard from my laptop right here. But I just wanted to come on and give you guys some updates that I'm actually back home now, and this thing is like really too low. Anyways, well, good, thank you. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some updates that I am back home now, and I don't know what's going on with my desktop with StreamYard. It does not like StreamYard. It just seems to make the fan run really heavy. It seems like I might have to uninstall, reinstall maybe the video card, maybe, or so, I don't know. So thank you, brother. Bless to you too. Okay. So yeah, I'm back home, and just wanted to touch base with everybody, let you know that I'm back home, and give you some updates. Tomorrow, I'm gonna see if I can. I'll show you the garden. The garden blew up big time, and we'll get in the garden. My basil, I got basil growing everywhere. I got Thai basil. I got regular basil growing. My lemongrass, that thing is like a huge bush now. It's crazy. So definitely have lots of things to do in the garden soon. And tomorrow I may go live earlier, earlier earlier in the day, and show you guys the garden. Hopefully everybody's having a good Wednesday. And shoot, it's Wednesday barely. I thought it was Thursday already. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking tomorrow. I was thinking today was Thursday and tomorrow's Friday. Anyways, excuse me. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll show you guys the garden and how big it's got. Oh my gosh, it's crazy big. All of the plants are just huge. It's crazy how big they got in 3 months. And the little plant that I brought from the village, that plant is, I don't know if you guys heard earlier, but I transplanted it I gave it a bigger house, and it's doing good so far. So hopefully it'll flourish into a nice little bush with the pretty little red flowers.
Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Look for mostly sunny weather with a high of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Sure, I'd be happy to help you organize your to-do list.
No, I don't need help.
What tasks would you like to
Just
add
shush
or
up.
prioritize?
Just shut up. God. Okay. So I forgot to put that in do not disturb mode. Anyways, hopefully everybody's having a great week so far, and the weather's nice here at 60 degrees. It's a little cool for shorts at night, but during the day it's perfect. Shorts and a nice light sweater is perfect. It was sunny today, beautiful, and I prepared some a lamb roast that I'll be cooking.
I'm glad to hear you're having a lovely week.
Shut the hell up! God dang it! Anyways, so as soon as I shut this down, I'm gonna go and start cooking. I got a lamb roast, and I'm gonna cook that with some potatoes, and that'll be our dinner. Well, my dinner. My hubby doesn't eat lamb. What are you guys having for dinner? Anything good? Anything fun? Anything awesome? So yeah, that's today was beautiful. I'm back home now. I just took me a few days to decompress and get organized, mostly, and so what I've been doing for the past couple of days is just basically I've been watching videos on glitches in the Matrix, because that's kind of been a little interesting to me. And so there was a story, an experience from this a young lady, and she said that she had laid down on her bed, and she got up, and how did it go? She's married with the few children. She laid down, and she said she didn't fall asleep. She said she was very much awake when she I think she just closed her eyes and opened them. And when she sat up in her bed, she said it felt different. She was actually wearing a different kind of pair of pajama, and she said they were really girly, not girly, but they were pajamas that she wouldn't wear. She said she's a boxer and t-shirt kind of gal. Anyways, she sat up, and she had these different kind of pajamas on, and she's like, these aren't pajamas that I would wear. And so she stood up, and she went straight to the bathroom, and she kind of leaned on her sink and looked at herself in the mirror, and she saw a version of, she said, what looked like herself, but not really. It was more like, she called it a bougie version of herself. And she started to kind of freak out a little bit, what's going on with with this situation. And so she said that the bedroom had this huge bay window, and she walked over to the window, and she saw a billboard outside in the window. She said there was a mountains, kind of like a view of the mountains, and then on the side of the mountain was a big, huge billboard. And she said that she couldn't believe it. She goes, it was a picture of Aaliyah. And if any of you know who Aaliyah is, she was a singer that has passed. Hi, Miss Joy X, welcome in. You have pork in the oven, but potatoes and rice, John P. That sounds good, brother. Mr. X is saying, let's eat, let's eat. Yes, after this live is done, I'm going to go and start cooking. So this is an experience from a gal who believes that she had experienced a glitch in the matrix. So when she woke up, she said she didn't fall asleep. She was very much awake, but when she sat up in her bed, she was wearing different pair of pajamas. She kind of frantically went to the bathroom and saw a version of herself that was bougie, because she said that's not the type of person she is. And anyways, when she went to her bedroom window and looked out at the view, she saw a billboard on the side of the mountain, a huge billboard, and it was Aaliyah. And she was advertising a line of perfume. And she described that it was gold, and it was like gold, and I think she said red and gold, something like that. And it was a line of perfume. And she's like, what the heck? Because in her mind, she knew that Aaliyah was not alive. And she thought, oh my God, this is like, what is this, like an alternate reality? Did she wake up in another, like in another timeline or something, is what she was kind of thinking. And she said when she realized that she knew that Aaliyah had passed, and she was looking at a billboard with her picture on it, advertising a line of perfume, she said she got dizzy. And so she went back and laid down on the bed. And when she sat up again, she was in her normal reality. And she said when she was in the other version of herself, that she knew she was single, she didn't have any kids, and she wasn't married. And she just had that knowing that it was like another version of herself. That's probably the path that she would have ended up on if she didn't get married. But the Aaliyah thing was what really shocked her, seeing her picture on a billboard with a line of perfume advertising her line of perfume. So I thought that was a really interesting glitch in the Matrix that I just recently saw. And oh my God, for real, it's Face the Ace, for real. Look, everybody, it's Face the Ace. So yeah, that was that glitch in the Matrix. Hang on, guys, my hubby's calling me. And I just thought it was really interesting. Hang on, I'll be right back. So yeah, that's one of the experiences that I just recently heard that I thought was kind of interesting. There was also another one where a gal, she lucid dreamed quite often since she was since she can remember, honestly, or is what she said, since she was a little girl. She said that she lucid dreamed quite often, and that she had it was usually, she said it was mundane. So it was usually her a setting where she was in a dream, and she was at the piano, and she started playing the piano, and it was kind of like always the same thing. And then she would become aware that she was dreaming, and then she said that the scenery would start to change, and then she could kind of control what would happen in her dream. Well, this one time, she said that it was that same setting where she fell asleep, and in her dream she found herself sitting in front of the piano playing the piano, and then she became aware in her dream, and she said that the walls kind of started like vibrating a little bit and changing, and it went into like a whole nother scene, and she said a lady appeared, and she said that the lady uh, so the lady appeared, and she was saying, how is this possible? And she like turned and looked at her, and she said, what? And the lady goes, oh my god, you can see me? And she goes, yeah, I can see you. And she goes, how are you doing this? And she told her, doing what am I doing? She goes, how are you able to you're not supposed to be able to get outside of your dream like this. And she goes, I do it all the time. She goes, I know. She goes, that's you're not supposed to be able to do that. It was kind of like a Matrix movie, her dream. And she said that uh, at that moment, it seemed like she was on like a spaceship. Like she felt like she was on like a ship. She didn't describe it. She just said it felt like she was on a spaceship. And the lady took her to this room, and was on the screen was playing all her dreams. And she goes, I've been watching you for quite some time. She goes, I have a whole file on you. And she said that she started that all her dreams started playing on this screen, and she had remembered every single one of those. And she goes, you're not supposed to be able to do what you do. And she goes, well, why? It's what am I doing? She goes, because it's dangerous or something. And then she said at that moment, a few men came, like started approaching her, and she said they felt military-ish. And she said they were like futuristic. She said they weren't military like we have here, not like any of our branches here, but they were different. They were dressed different. They looked different. But they told the lady that was accompanying the girl having this experience. They told her, they started mentioning, she said something about B12 and if she had her shots. And the lady said no. And the girl said, I've had all my shots I've had all my shots. And she said she thinks that they were talking about something totally different, possibly some kind of shot to make her not lucid dream anymore. So the lady told the two men, the military men, that she was gonna. They told her to take her back to the room and give her a shot, some kind of shot, something. And so she goes, and she goes, I ended up back in this room, and then she said that the lady had like the syringe, and she was getting it closer to the girl, and she ended up squeezing it all out, not in the girl, just just wasting it and letting it all go. She goes, I'm not going to do this. She goes, I guess the lady took a lot of interest in her and her ability. And she goes, I can get, if they find out I didn't give you this shot, they're going to come looking for you. And she goes, oh, and she goes, because she told the lady, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And then the lady decided not to do it, and told the girl that they would come looking for her if they found out she didn't get that shot. And it's supposed to stop her lucid dreaming. And so she said that when she goes, all you have to do is just wake up now. So the girl, she was having a lot of trouble. She said she started crying, and she goes, it's okay. Just bring your awareness back to your body. And she said when she woke up, she had like 104 fever, and she couldn't shake that fever for, she said, several days. And she remembers telling her boyfriend about what happened, and then going back to sleep and waking up, and the fever had broke.
And after that, she thinks what happened was she made a deal with them that if they would break her fever, she wouldn't lucid dream anymore. And then after that, she said it's been like several months that she's hasn't been able to lucid dream. So this was an experience this girl was talking about, and I thought that was interesting also. So, hi Norma, how you doing? Am I really behind in the chat? Yeah, so those are the kind of like a couple of the stuff that I've been watching lately, and I'm kind of just kind of you can those are the ones that stuck out more to me that were very interesting, and so that's kind of what I've been watching lately. Joyax says, "Let's eat." How you doing, Miss Joyax? Norma says, "Hello, Rashad. I never heard of that singer before." Aaliyah? Okay, you maybe have never heard of her, but I know you've seen her. She was in the movie. She was in that movie. Oh gosh, it was a vampire movie, and she was like the queen vampire. I know you've seen her. Liah. Oops, typing on the wrong keyboard. Hang on, guys. Let me see. Hang on a second. Which I'm going to remember it while it's typing. Come on. Hang on, guys. Why aren't you typing in there? Oh, my computer's acting weird. Okay, let me look for it in here. Queen of the Damned. So it's in that movie. She's in that movie, Queen of the Damned, and it's what is going on with this computer? Jesus. Anyways, it's frozen. My desktop. It does not like StreamYard. So yeah, she's in that movie. She's like the main character, and what is going on? Yes, Face the Ace remembers. So yeah, that one girl's experience. Hey, Grizzly Warrior, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, they're calling it, these experiences are called, they're calling it glitches in the Matrix. And so that was one of the stories that stuck out to me that was really interesting. And supposedly, I've been hearing a lot on YouTube, especially, where they're talking about December 21st or something like that, or 16th or something like that, in regards to they're saying something about the sun, that the coronal mass ejection, and it could possibly. Well, I think the first one was December 1st. It was the first one. It's just these little things I've been hearing about the sun, and and then these people, all these recent encounters, or these recent experiences of these people having a glitch in the Matrix. One gal actually, she had been experiencing things multiplying in her life, like silly little things, like a cup or a chapstick, or just small little things that where she started with one, and then another one appeared, and then another one would appear, and like the whole period of like 2 to 3 days, she kept seeing a lot of twins. She was at Disneyland, and she saw a bunch of twins like all over. She had booked a trip to Disneyland and to like the California something adventure. And I think it's another theme park. And anyways, between those two, she said at Disneyland, she kept seeing twins, her and her friend. They were on the trip together. And at the other theme park, they kept seeing a bunch of twins, and then they were back at the hotel one night packing for to change hotels to before their flight home, and she said she had a chapstick that was on she had left on the bathroom counter. She goes, and it was chapstick that I wouldn't have even have brought on this trip with me because it tasted awful. She said, and there's no way that she would have packed it to come to the trip. Well, anyways, she puts it in her little shower bag or her purse, and then her friend says, "Oh, here's your chapstick. You left it here." And she goes, "What chapstick?" And so she goes over and grabs it, and she said it's the exact same chapstick she just found on the bathroom counter, except this one was brand new and it hadn't even been opened yet. And then she's like, "That's weird." She didn't remember buying a new one. She wouldn't have bought a new one because she didn't like it, for one. And then for some reason, a third one mysteriously appeared, a brand new one. So she had two brand new chapsticks and one that was used that she didn't even like. So that was kind of a multiplicity thing that was happening with her. And then she believed it was because she was hanging out with that girl. She goes, "I don't know. I don't hang out with that girl anymore because, it just seemed like when I was with her, a bunch of strange things happened, and I'm not her friend anymore." I was like, "That's messed up." Like, how would she know if it's even that girl? Like, what if it's her? But I was like, "That's messed up." Jet Li. What about Jet Li? She was in a Jet Li movie. Yeah, Aaliyah was beautiful, beautiful. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't ever. I never listened to her songs, but when I saw her in Queen of the Damned, I fell in love with her. She was just beautiful and just awesome. The story was awesome. Oh, and then there's quite a bit of vampire experiences. They're calling those. Well, they're calling those paranormal experiences, but you know. Couple vampire experiences where they get into your head and you can actually hear them talking in your head, but you can't hear them audibly. And then if you're feeling anxiety or discomfort, she says, I've heard two people describe it exactly this way, exactly word for word. It feels like honey coming dripping down, or kind of like if someone poured a bunch of honey from your head and it starts to drip down. I've heard two people describe this calming sensation by this experience that they think was a vampire in their presence. So that was another thing that I heard that was kind of interesting. When you hear more than one person describe it exactly the same way, it's you kind of wonder, you know, two people that probably are not even acquaintances or never even met each other, but they're saying the exact same thing. But then you never know. I mean, it's social media, so these are just a few new things that I've been listening to, and I thought the vampire ones were interesting. But the glitch in the matrix was the ones that I was really interested in listening to. So those were interesting. You've never seen that movie, Rashad? Oh my gosh! Go look it up and go watch it. You'll like it. You like vampire movies, don't you? So yeah, it's a good movie. It's called Queen of the Damned. It's pretty good. I think it's good. I mean, it's up there with like Underworld and with Kate Beckinsale. It's pretty up there. I mean, there's a little bit of fight scenes in there, but they're they're kind of they're a little glamorized, and of course they used kind of like computer graphics to like make the stunt scenes and stuff like that. But I think it's good. It was a good movie too. I thought it was. Hey Slim, how you doing? So yeah, that's kind of what I've been watching lately. I'm waiting for another book to come in the mail. Uh, and I've been running across a lot of Superstition Mountains experiences and short kind of videos on the Superstition Mountains. Now they're talking about that there's like little people living there, and they're very carnivorous. And so there's this kind of interesting story where they share that the Nephilim brought the little people to mine for them to find their precious metals, and they decided to what's that word? Gosh darn it! They rebelled. They rebelled against the Nephilim and went kind of like and said that's unfair. They realized that they were being treated unfairly, and they decided to. They were stuck here for one. I don't know where they were brought from, is what I heard, but they're all over. They're all over the planet, apparently, and there's stories of them being up in the Superstition Mountains, which is about 45 minutes away from where I live. So, I told my hubby, I'm going to go to the Superstition Mountains and talk to the trolls. But of course I was kidding, but I do want to get up there and just hike around just for exercise and for just for the beauty, because it's beautiful. On the way coming home from the village, because we had got so much rain in the past month, all the hills, they looked rolling and green. They were just beautiful. Oh my gosh, I was in awe driving back home from the village because of all that rain. Everything was so green. All the mountains, instead of like like a golden yellow with all the dry grass, everything looked green. It was just so beautiful. So it's going to be a beautiful spring this year once we get through this winter. So this winter is supposed to be a lot colder than normal, especially in the eastern side of the states. There's where you guys get snow, you're going to get a lot more snow, is what I hear from that Weather Channel guy. I forgot his name already, but I watch him often just to see. Apparently, California is getting some big waves right now. Black Hand mark on superstitions. What does that mean, brother? Yeah, so there's a lot of interesting things going on. I watched this guy's channel that was in the superstitions, and he actually got permission. There's like a little like a museum there and a church, and he got to know the guy who worked at the museum, and he got permission to stay overnight. And what kind of bothered me about his whole video, I mean, I watched the whole thing, but what bothered me was the guy at the museum like filled his head with a bunch of horror stories about the Superstition Mountains, right? The little people, there's a massacre ground out there. There's some burial sites. And he like told this kid, I call him a kid because he looks way younger than I am, but he filled his head with a bunch of horror stories from there. So when the kid went out, because he was doing like EVPs, and he was doing the voice box and the cat ball thing, and his with his investigation, every little freaking thing startled the kid, and he was jumping. He was, he was just nervous when he went out into the field, and he was already spooked before he even stepped ground. He didn't even want to like step outside his truck to make the walking trek to the back to the museum where his buddy was at, where he left his buddy alone because he forgot something from home and he had to drive an hour to go get it and come back. And when he got back, it was pitch black, and he felt spooked already because he'd already been spent like half the day with the guy who works at the museum, and spooked of everything the guy told him. So, I mean, it didn't really give him a fair chance to go out there in a natural state to experience anything. And instead, every single little leaf falling spooked him and made him jumpy and his adrenaline pumping. So I was just kind of like, this was my observation while I was watching his video. And I was like, shoot, you never had a chance, dude. You never had a chance to even have a normal experience and then look back at your footage or question what's going on at the time. I mean, the guy was warning him about some entities being seen out there, and supposedly something called a Brillo man, and some figures seen out there, people seen out there, and the little people that are carnivorous. And so he was scared of these like little people for sure, because he said what they like to do is their MO is they like to throw little pebbles at you. And he happened to be filming in an area over kind of by this site where there was a lot of activity. And he like went to put his camera down, and he saw a little pebble like fly right in front of his foot, and he like freaked out. Like, this guy freaked out, jumped. The guy from the museum was actually there with them, and he had to pull him by his hoodie, because when he freaked out because of the pebble that fell, right in front of him was a baby rattlesnake, and he had to pull him by his hood to pull him aside and tell him, hey, don't step there, because that's a baby rattler, and they can't control their venom when if they strike or they bite. They'll just inject all their stuff in you, and they can't stop. So it was, that kind of stuff that I was watching. I was like, that kid should not be out in the desert, especially not knowing about all the critters that are in the desert, for one. Because he goes, oh, there's a rattlesnake. Oh, there's a scorpion. And I'm thinking in my head, and then I'm saying it out loud, you're in the freaking desert. He was like saying, oh, it's the bad juju, and it's them throwing scorpions at him and the snake at him. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if I want to watch any more of this, because it was like, you're in nature. You need to expect every single danger that's out there, that's living out there, and you're in their yard, you're in their home. So I just I was just like, but I did watch it just to understand. What I wanted to know is hear about the stories that are going on out there, the history. I was able to learn some of the history out there. And I thought that was interesting, but that guy's whole experience was way too stressful for me, and he was just like, he was doomed from the first story that guy told him about what goes on out there. He was doomed because every little noise and every little pitter patter, even the wind spooked him. So it just it turned out to be a freaking really bad. For him, it was a bad experience. I mean, I think he made it worse than it was. Hi, Pramod. How you doing? Pramod says, Susie. So, I was just, because I've been trying to kind of read up on the superstitions and see, like, this is my backyard. And they've also, I just recently saw another thing, which I don't know the validity of it, but they said black-eyed children in Phoenix. And I'm like, oh, God, this is all I need. This is not something I'm giving energy to, because these kids knock on my door and they're going to get a bat to the face. But anyways, so that's what I've been doing lately, is just kind of reading up on the superstitions and about the glitches in the Matrix. And I thought it was interesting that the story that this guy was told, and I believe he was told by either the Apache or the Navajo. that the Nephilim had brought these little people here to mine for them, and I thought that was really interesting because I know probably a few of you that are listening right now may have heard that story somewhere else, in other books or other stories. Anyways, I thought that was interesting, and they kind of rebelled against the Nephilim, which were the giants, right? And thought that they were being treated unfairly, and they were describing them as having sharp teeth. So the story did come from one of the tribes, and I don't know if it was the Navajo or the Apache, but that's who we have out here in this area, the Apache, and the Navajo also. But they said that the one story goes where they were on the men, the warriors were on horses, and they the horse got spooked by something, and I believe, I don't know if he had had reared up, and one of the warriors fell off the horse, fell on the floor, and the little people came out and just started ripping him to shreds. And that's when the story where they said that they never went in that area again because they were terrified. And those were out in these lands, they said. So I thought that was interesting. Anyways, that's what I've been kind of listening to lately, and just thought it was a little interesting. And there's totally a whole backstory why I even take interest in like little people. If you guys have known me since I started my channel, you guys know that when I was little, I saw like the little people, but not in human flesh form. So I'm just, and I know that was probably like a screen memory that was used, but I've known people who actually have seen little people, and so I just kind of keep that in the back of my mind just to learn. When it crosses my path, I pay attention. That's all. I'm not doing any deep diving research into it, but when it crosses my path, I just pay attention. Because you could end up falling down a bunch of rabbit holes, and it'll consume your daily life for a long period of time. So I try not to get trapped in those things. Mark, you've definitely seen a few midgets. Yeah, I believe it, and I kind of have an idea of a particular midget you may be speaking of. But I don't call this person a midget, but you do. How you doing, Mike? I just knew it. I knew it. It was inevitable. I knew it. Yeah. So, yeah, these are the stories that that have crossed my path lately, and I am not research. I have been kind of if anything Superstition Mountains crosses my path, I definitely pay attention. But they say that the best time to go experience the superstitions is at the witching hour, and that's 3 a.m. So they say the veil is thinner at 3 a.m. But I am definitely not gonna like sign that ticket or buy that ticket to do that, because I'm not stupid. I'd rather go during the daytime where it's beautiful, where I can see my plants, see the whatever flower I can pull a seed from, and get the heck out of there, right? Because if anything weird it has to happen during the day if they want me to see it, because I ain't gonna go out there at 3 a.m. in the morning, tromping around in their playground. She got stuck in a deep freezer. Rosette says, "Hey, Mark." So yeah, uh, that's kind of what I've been watching. Like I just turned it off. That the glitch in the matrix experiences, and I thought those were really interesting, especially for people who lucid dream. There's some people that you may know some, or you may be one yourself that never really dreams or don't remember your dreams. And I think it's just interesting to hear about people's dreams. They're just kind of neat. It's kind of a neat thing. Jumpy says, Mike. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here and give you all a update that I'm home now, and I've just taken a few days to 4 days to decompress and unpack and settle in. And tomorrow I'll be going live again, and I'll show you guys that the freaking jungle in my backyard. My garden is like way overgrown. It's crazy. I'm definitely gonna have to do some clipping and trimming and tidying up in the backyard and the garden. The whole yard is a garden. It's crazy. You have to see it to believe it. It's just so overgrown everywhere. It's beautiful, but it needs trimming. Needs a little trim here, a little trim there. And I was thinking today was Thursday for some reason. John P says Pramod. Mike says John P. So yeah, that's kind of the updates that I got so far, and eventually we'll go back in the studio, start painting again, and doing some fun stuff. And maybe I'll start exploring around the city, because I'll have to get out a little bit more. I'm not going to be stuck in this house till next summer. There's no way. I'm going to have to get out and find some other things to do. You keep your bushes pretty trimmed? Like a flat top? Buzz cut? A bob? Or do you keep it like alfalfa? With one little hair sticking up? Yeah, so I got a lamb roast that's marinating in some. I'm gonna cook that and cook it with some potatoes and have some asparagus with it. That's my dinner. I know it's 7 o'clock, so I need to get on the ball and get that stuff get to cooking. So I guess I'm gonna close it down. It's been an hour and 7 minutes now. I just wanted to kind of give you guys updates and let you know what I've been kind of into lately and what's been on my mind. I just want to bring up that garden thing again. I heard it twice being used as code word for Mary Jane, where people say they were in the garden. So when I put gardening in my thing, that's not what I mean. I mean real gardening, like the actual physical, real watering, trimming plants, and all that. What garden it really means, not the code word for Mary Jane. I was like, gosh dang it, can't they find another word? But anyways, hey Frankie, how you doing? That ain't right. Oh my God. Oh, you're giving me a flashback to a bad memory I have. That I didn't want to think about until you said that. Oh gosh. That's horrible. Hi Frankie. Ew, I just got this awful image in my head of a flashback that was just unbearable. That was back in my 20s. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate all of you guys for popping in. That's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. And so if you guys are around tomorrow, I'll go live in the garden and show you the jungle back there. You're crazy, Mike. I gotta wash my bike too. Would you rather they say they're in Mary Jane? I don't care what they say. Just don't use garden. No, I don't care. They can say garden. I'm just like, I'm bringing it to the light. That the Mary Janers are starting to use code word garden. They're gardening, and I've never heard it before. I don't know if you guys have heard it. I just heard it. I've heard it twice now in one day. So I just thought it was interesting. We Mike, he says, we Mike, Kamato. Do you guys like the that new emoji is the moon cat? I did that like spur of the moment. I'm gonna have to make some new emojis too. We're definitely gonna have to come up with some new ones. But yeah, thank you guys for coming in, and I appreciate your time. And push that like button. I'd appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. And if you're not subscribed, if you like my content, please subscribe and share it with someone who may like it also. And I'd appreciate that very much. We'll talk to you guys later. I gotta go get this image out of my head. Oh gosh. I'd rather smell a skunk. Okay, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh gosh, that's horrible.